morning, beloved. Oh, good morning, beloveds. Let me see if I can get my tongue around words today. Yeah, it's Friday. I got to sleep in a bit. But yeah. Okay. All right. Let me see here. Yes, I love you too. I guess you can see the little black head right here. Little furry black head. Okay, we're working on the prodigal son. Are you a prodigal son? All right, which is what we are. We started working on Ernest's idea of the prodigal son. So let me start off here. We are in the Science Mind text. We are in part 5 from the teaching of Jesus. And yesterday, we started working on kind of the prodigal son story. And if you have not ever read any of Ernest's work on the prodigal son, it's incredible. It's amazing. It's awesome. So we are picking up on 463 with the fallen man. So the prodigal son began to be in want, and he went and joined himself to a citizen of that country, and he sent him into his fields to feed swine. The symbolism here is most interesting, for it perfectly depicts the state of humanity while in the far country. The citizen referred to means the attempt on the part of humanity to find some cause outside of spirit. Humanity seeks to league itself with material forces alone, not realizing that there can be nothing outside of the unity. Most of us seek the cause in the effect and unknowingly put the cart before the horse, not realizing that the flower is already in the seed and that the effects must follow causes. There can be no true alliance apart from life and no good apart from the unity within the whole. And he sent him into the fields to feed swine. Jesus was a Jew. The Jews did not consider the meat of swine lawful to eat. Consequently, he used this term to show how completely the prodigal son had fallen from his high estate. He must even be compelled to feed the despised swine. This demonstrated that his state of being was so low that it would be impossible for it to be any worse. It had reached the outer rim of reality. All right. Yeah. Okay, so we're moving on to the, I don't know that I have anything to say yet. But I am going to, well, outside of the fact that we do have this tendency to latch onto the material and forget that there's more to it than that. Maybe that's what I want to say. All right. And we are going to move on to no one gives to us but ourselves. And he fain would have filled his belly with the husks that the swine did eat, and no man gave unto him. Okay. How true this is. No one can give unto us but ourselves, and no one can rob us but ourselves. There are no gods to say us nay, for we are the life we live. It's a quote. I don't know where from, but it's a quote. In our greatest extremity, in the moment of great need and dire distress, who can help or serve us? All of our troubles come from an isolated sense of being. We alone can return to the Spirit's house. The question might be asked, where was God and why did God not come to the rescue of God's beloved child? Did God not care? Was God heedless about the child's welfare? Why did God allow such a thing to happen? There is only one answer to all questions of this nature. Keep going. Come on. You're between me and the book. You're between me and the book. Okay. Let's see. God is always God, and humanity can always do as it pleases. Let's see. Humanity would not be an individual unless this were possible. The spirit is never conscious of incompletion. The spirit's house is always open, the latch string ever hanging out, the door always ajar, but humanity must enter if they wish to abide within. Harmony can never become discord. The truth can never produce a lie. God can never be less than God. Could God enter into a field of strife? Then it would not be God. God cannot enter into the pig pen. We cannot contract the infinite, but we can expand the finite. And no man gave unto him. It is always thus. Okay, we're going to go into the Great Awakening. But, all right. That's kind of a hard concept. You know, nobody can give unto us except us. And nobody can rob from us except us. Okay, obviously, we are not talking about material goods. Okay? But we are talking about a spiritual mindset. And that's extremely important to understand, that we are talking about a spiritual mindset. There was a point and it just popped out of my head. I've been reading too much Jim Palmer lately. I'm actually waiting for a couple of his books to come in the mail, or no, one of his books to come in the mail because I'm curious. We say it can only be done to us if it is done through us. Again, it's not material. It is not material. And that's one of the things that we have to let go of in a spiritual teaching. Because the material will follow the spiritual. And it is extremely important to know that the material will follow the spiritual, but you gotta get the spiritual. You got to get the spiritual. You got to get right with the spiritual. Okay. You got to do your own spiritual work. You got to do your own spiritual work. You have got to accept, you've got to figure out how to accept, that God isn't a personality, okay? That God isn't going to save you, okay? You have to save yourself. And it doesn't mean that God won't help in the form of other people. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Because, and I was trying to say this the other day, and I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before. We get this idea of God as a person. Just a bigger version. Like if you look at the Greek gods, they're bigger versions of humans. They are, and everything about them is magnified. So their strength is magnified, but their flaws are magnified, okay? So they're just bigger and better humans. That's not what God is. And it's extremely important that we kind of figure that out when we are dealing with God. Because we sit here and we go, oh, well, God's in control and God will fix this and God, no. God is not coming to fix this, okay? The only way God is coming to fix this is if we ourselves do the freaking work. We have to fix it. That's how God fixes it. God is not in control. God is not going to fix this because God is not some great accountant in the sky holding this book going, well, you know what? The humans have screwed this up so badly. I need to go down there and fix this. And maybe that's where they get the idea from because, they got this idea that Jesus came down to fix things. Well, Jesus came down to teach. And Jesus came down to teach, and we're talking about the prodigal son, that we are the prodigal children. That everything that we want, God wants to give to us. The abundance, the person, nature is constantly screaming abundance. And Jesus awakened to teach that it's all love. And when we lean into the love, then it's all possible. At no time is God going to look at the world and go, well, it's too much of a mess. So we have two stories, conflicting stories, because, we've got the Noah story where God went, well, you know what? I'm just going to wipe it off the earth and start over again. Okay. No. That was a man who went, hey, you know what? Something bad's about to happen. Let me do what I can. That is how it works, is a person notices that something is wrong and says, all right, well, what can I do to fix that? That's how God fixes things, through a person or through people. That's what we should be taking from the Noah story. It's like Noah went, hey, you know what? It's raining a lot. Maybe I should do something about this. And Jesus did the same thing. Jesus looked around and went, the world's kind of messy. What can I do about it? Well, let me teach people how to love each other. Okay? And the prodigal son is the same freaking story, which is taught by Jesus. It's like, look, if the world is messy, you are the one that can fix it. Because you are the one that here, we're going to go back to Emma Curtis Hopkins. Emma says, nobody will come to you that you cannot help. And we don't fix people. We don't heal people. What we do is we remind them that it is possible for them to do it themselves. That they are connected to the ultimate source that can do all of the things, and that they can do it themselves. And so that's one of those things, is like, this is what these teachings are trying so hard to remind us about. Okay? That God is not in control. That God is not coming to fix things. That the only way that things are going to get fixed by God is through humans. Or maybe dolphins. Maybe dolphins are better at listening to God than we are. I don't know. I assume that dolphins have an excellent relationship with God because they've been smart enough not to create civilization. So, but that is the point. God doesn't see the mess. We do. And we are the ones that made the mess. Therefore, it is our responsibility to clean it up. The good news is that we have help doing it from the divine. When we remember the unity, plug into the unity, then God will grant us all of the help that we want to fix the problem. I think I just got up on my soapbox. So my question becomes, do I want to keep going? Yeah, because we're going to be in this for a minute. Or am I just going to stop because I have now given my sermon about no one gives to us but ourselves? It's just one of those weird things where you hear it and you're like, well, that doesn't, because we're not talking about the material. We're talking about the spiritual. It's a meme, and I see it on a regular basis, and I actually did see it this morning again. No one can walk your path except you. The good news is, we can loan each other maps. We can loan each other maps. We can walk beside each other. We can loan each other lamps. Like, if I am feeling particularly enlightened today, then I can walk beside you and I can share my light with you. And if you are feeling particularly enlightened tomorrow, and I'm not so much, then you can share your light with me. If we want to fix this, whatever this is, that's what we do. We do our own spiritual work, and we walk each other home, like Ram Dass says. And yeah, I'm done. I'm done for today. It's Friday. We'll see if we can get a little further tomorrow, because, you know, after I go to the park and calm down. So we are going to start tomorrow on 464 with the Great Awakening. Okay. Yeah, clearly I have something to say about knowing gives to us but us, because it's one of those metaphysical sticking points that we've got to have a good answer for. We've got to have a good answer for. All right. Okay. My problem is when I hear people say, well, God's in control and God will fix this. That's what Reverend Patrick would call my growing edge. Because I get very angry when I hear that, because what it sounds like to me is people absolving themselves of having to do anything about the mess that they can clearly see. Nope. If you can see the mess, pick up a broom. You know, you may not be responsible for cleaning up the whole mess, but if you can see it, pick up a broom and do your part. All right. Okay. All right. Housekeeping. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. Easy way to support the center is go like, subscribe, follow, share, comment. Okay? It bumps us in the algorithms, and we think we have good stuff to say. And you know, and occasionally we do get up on our own soapboxes. So there we are. Because clearly I have stuff to say. And so now I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day. A Friday, a know who you are day, a recognize the unity day, a pick up a broom day, a know that the whole mess isn't your problem day, a what is mine to do day, a cuddle your fur babies day, a tell somebody that you love them day, a good day, and if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. Let me say that again. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light, a divine spark. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action, or as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. All right, beloveds. Reverend David will be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you around 9 a.m. tomorrow after I go to the park. Get a good walk in. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. And I will see you next time.